Okay, so there's this new game on Roblox called Fish It. And it is like the second biggest game on Roblox ever. Sometimes it's even in first place. If Still a Brain Rot wasn't having an update right now, it'd be in first place. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's making videos on it. Nothing. Is it bots? Is it botted? What in the world is going on with this game? Some of you guys have probably never even heard of it. So my friend Nightfox here, he's another YouTuber. He made an entire video investigating it and trying to figure out what in the world's going on with that game. Here it is right here. Why is this the biggest game on Roblox? So let's go ahead and let's watch that video and let's find out why it's the biggest game on Roblox. Here we go.
So it's 3:30 in the morning on a Friday night, and there are currently 2 games on Roblox that have over 1 million players on it. One is the game that we've all seen on the platform.
Also, my sub counter is blocking his face. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn that off. All right, there we go. Now y'all can see his face. Okay.
For some time now, as it's getting ready for a new update, and the other is Fish It, a game that just 3 months ago had only 35,000 players on it. So the question is, why has it blown up so crazily so fast? And why, when you look at your friends list, you never see anybody playing it?
Does anybody here play Fish It? Type 1 if you do. Type 2 if you don't.
I think it's about time we do some investigative work to find out why. Now, upon joining the game for the first time, you're gonna notice this game looks a lot like this game right here. It's got 2 docks with a little shop in the middle and a little town back at the back of the mountain. And the premise of this game is you throw a rod in the thing, you shake it around a couple of times.
Okay, so a few people play it, but a lot of people don't, according to my chat.
You catch a fish, and then you take that fish where you sell it.
Most people are typing 2 right now.
And repeat the process over and over again, which coincidentally enough is the same exact thing you do in Fish It. You catch a fish, you walk past the docks with the shop in the middle where you sell your fish, and again repeat the process over and over again. Both of these games.
So did it copy Fish? Did Fish copy Fish It, or did Fish It copy Fish? Which one is it?
Basically feel similar because they are similar. In fact, Fish It, which came out over a year ago in October of 2024, is a direct ripoff from Fish, a game that came out in March of 2024.
They copied them.
In fact, if you look at the Fish It's description and scroll down, you see that this game was inspired by Fish and Fishing Simulator. So then why is it that a game that came out after Fish and is a direct ripoff of the game, why does it have 10 times the player base that the regular Fish does? I mentioned...
But...
none of my friends playing Fish It at all. But it goes deeper than that. Because doing a quick search on YouTube, you yield basically nobody getting any views on this game at all. Nobody is making videos on Fish It. And when they try to...
Sorry, you probably just heard the game say Coco Fanto Elefanto. Let me leave the game real quick.
They're met with only about 11,000, 40,000 views. Compare that to the other games in the top 10, such as Steal a Brain Rot, and you see people easily getting millions of views on those videos. 99 Nights in the Forest, same thing, people getting millions of views. Even typing in fish, you see people getting over 100,000 views just 18 hours ago, despite this game having 10 times less players in it. Go on Twitter, type in Fish It, scroll down, and you see basically again, nobody is talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it. No one's making videos about it. No one's doing anything with it. Nobody's playing it. But it's the biggest game on Roblox. What's going on?
So we're on the Rolliman site, which gives a lot of analytics about the games. 99 Nights in the Forest, for example, has about 1.6 million players playing it. The average play time is 16 minutes. And if we scroll down to the concurrent player base, you see in a month time, it seems to fluctuate between 900,000 people playing all the way up to about 1.6, with 4 times a month, which is basically pretty much once a week every day. On a Saturday, 99 Nights in the Forest does their update, which spikes the player count and helps bring people back to the game over and over again. Same thing with Steal a Brain Rot. 960,000 players, average playtime 8 minutes.
The average still a brain rot player only plays the game for 8 minutes. Man, y'all's attention spans are cooked. Y'all like, well, I played the game for 8 minutes today. I'm good.
And when you scroll down, you again see fluctuations between 800,000 to 1.3 million, with a few times a week where the game jumps in popularity because the admin abuse and updates are happening weekly. But when we look at Fish It, it's a very different story. First off, you see 1 million players are playing it right now. Average play time is 35 minutes.
30 minutes?
That is so much more than the other two, it's not even funny. But the real crazy thing is what happens when you slow down and look at its player count charts. Because this doesn't have the same fluctuations like the other games, where 3 or 4 times a month it jumps up in popularity when updates come out. Instead, you just see steady growth. Fluctuations are very tight, and as time goes on, things get more and more and more popular, with no sign of slowing down at all. Which means you would think that so many YouTubers would be making videos on this game, and it's just—
I did a stream on it, and I got beat up by a bunch of 8-year-olds. Not even joking. They were mad that I was streaming it. They were like, KreekCraft, this game copy Fish. If you keep streaming this, I'm going to come to your house, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat you up with a baseball bat.
Just not here. People have tried, but as you can see, they all just fail. We have to look deeper, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And it all starts with playing the game ourselves. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm no stranger to the fish genre on Roblox. As about a year ago, I spent an entire 24 hours catching the biggest fish that you could catch at the time. But I found that the game wasn't really for me. So what makes this game better? After all, it is a complete knockoff, and we all know that the Roblox community definitely hates when games try to come in and one-up others by basically just ripping off the game. So then why is this one so much?
That's not true. Roblox players don't copy other games. What do you mean? That's not true, right?
Much better. Well, looking at it right off the bat, first off, this game is actually a lot cleaner looking. It looks more like a Roblox game. The thing about Fish is that this game tries to mimic real life a little bit too much. The colors are bland, there's some hazing that actually make things blurry, which all kind of help represent what things would look like in the real world. But in the video game sense that's played by a lot of kids, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna—
Oh, it looks better. Chat, which one do y'all think looks better? Fish or Fish It? I'm not going to lie. I think Fish It looks better. I thought Bobbers, I thought that said something else. I thought there was an extra O in there. I thought that, never mind. I thought that said something else. Y'all think Fish looks better? Now, are y'all just saying that because you like Fish better as a game? Or are you being honest?
Take the more vibrant, fun-looking games over the boring ones. And that brings me to my second point. This game is pretty straightforward. You log in, there's a bunch of arrows telling you where to go, telling you what to do. You click things, you throw things, and then you kind of wait. Upon catching a fish, you do basically what it says, which is click fast. You catch a fish, and you are well on your way to becoming a fishing millionaire. While in the fish game itself, things are a little bit more complicated. Sure, you still have a rod, sure, you still throw it into the ocean, but upon catching it, it's not a simple click and collect.
I'm going to be honest, and I might get hate for this. I hate fishing in Fish, because I hate clicking the little pop-ups all over the screen. It's so annoying.
You have to actually shake the rod, making sure you hit each button, because if you miss, you just lost your cast. Sure, there's more challenge to it, such as fighting the fish, which could make the game more fun, but if the top game on Roblox has taught us anything, these days, simplicity rules everything. And when you combine the simple gameplay with the better aesthetics, you might start to see just why this game is doing so much better than the game that it ripped off. Because quite frankly, this game is really easy to understand, really easy to progress in, and soon, without even really realizing it, you've put hours in this game, collected yourself some of the best rods, and are riding around in style. Now, real talk, if you want to see this journey of how I actually got here, I did make an entire video with my friend Woozlo where we jumped into fishing for the first time and made millions on it. But again, here's the crazy thing. 2 months ago, this game only had 40,000 people playing it, making me one of the first people that actually made a video on this game. So then why didn't it take off? Looks like we gotta again dig even further deeper. And the first thing that we need to talk about is the Roblox algorithm. Because
wait, I want to see something. So do y'all know what Google Trends is? It's a website where you can see how many people are searching for something on YouTube. So for example, if I type in fish and I change it to the past 5 years and I change it to YouTube, here is how many people are searching for fish on YouTube right there. Now, what happens if I look up fish it? It's not as popular. It's not as popular as fish on YouTube, even though it has 10 times more players. That's really weird.
As the game has more and more players having more and more session time, the more Roblox is going to try to push the game for you to play it. And part of what leads to that increased session time is this little button right here. Because not only can you easily cast and catch fish, you can also do it completely AFK, leaving your character in game for hours and hours at a time while you go do other things. Something that you can't do in fish. You just get like this little AFK thing. I'm not actually doing anything. And if I were to start doing stuff, well, I gotta actually play the game. Now, of course, the die-hard gamers, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is definitely the better game. This is what you wanna do. You wanna challenge yourself? You definitely need to be playing fish and not the easy click it, fish it game. True gamers don't play fish it. They play fish. And speaking of true gamers, the other thing that an auto clicker allows you to do is play the game via...
Look at the servers. Wait. Servers. Bots. Look, bots. There's bots in the game. Look at that.
Bots, as bots can also AFK auto-click. But here's the thing. This is what the Roblox servers look like on a game that has a lot of bots. That is what's in Pet Sim 99. But if we go to Fish It and look at the server there, you see that there are bot servers, but for the most part, it's still people playing. Like, nobody looks the same. Sure, there's some bacon hairs in here that are bots, but like everybody has like a personality, has their own avatar. It's not crazy overrun by bots. But as I said at the beginning of this, none of my friends, none of your friends are playing it. And to find out why, we have to go back to Rollemans, because there is a little bit of a deeper dive that we need to do. If we hyper zoom in on the player count, you see the natural rise and fall of the player base as the day progresses. Something that is normal for any Roblox game because, well, us as humans, we've gotta sleep.
Not me. I just stay up all day playing video games. I never sleep. What about y'all?
So, as you would expect, in normal games like 99 Nights in the Forest, you see the peak in the games happening around 9, 10 a.m. when most of the world is awake, and the lower number of people playing happening in the middle of the night around 1 to 3 a.m. Still a brain rot? Same thing. Peaks around 1 p.m. and is at its lowest around 1 to 3 a.m. Meaning Still a Brain Rot's main audience is in the US, 99 Nights in the Forest audience, considering the high points are at 9 to 10 a.m., means this game's audience is huge over in the European market. But if we look at Fish It, we see that the peaks of this game actually happen between 3 to 5.
So the majority of people who play Fish It are awake at 5:30 a.m. in the morning?
a.m. with the low points of the day happening around 4 to 5 p.m. Meaning the reason that you don't see any of your friends playing it is because the main audience playing this game is over in Asia, specifically Indonesia. I decided to join the Fish It Discord, and as you can see in the chat rooms here, we've got a lobby English, a lobby Indonesia, a lobby Portuguese. Because as you know, Indonesia has its own language, as does Portuguese, which
It does?
is commonly spoken in Brazil. But if we look at the amount of chat happening in each chat rooms, it's not even close. As you can see, there's about 629,000 messages in the English, but there's over 2 million in Indonesia. And then the poor Portuguese only has like 10,000. It's completely dead there. I think the funny thing is, it's up here at the lobby Indonesia. It says the devs only speak English. This channel exists for easier communications among members. But the same thing is found when you go into search on Twitter. Type in Fish It, and as I said before, you don't really see much as people talking about it. But what you do start to notice is this right here. Communities Roblox Indonesia. Indonesia, Indonesia, Indonesia. Translated from Indonesian, not translated from Indonesian. But it's all just everybody in Indonesia talking about it. Which means I have a suspicion that
Why do so many Indonesian players play Fish It, but not Fish? What?
if I VPN and connect to an Indonesian server and then go to YouTube and type in Fish It, we now all of a sudden start to see some very different results as the Indonesian YouTubers are getting bank on this thing. 422,000, 102,000, 101, 351,000. These are numbers that you would expect.
So Americans don't play this game. Only in, like, not only Indonesians, but mainly Indonesians. I wonder why that is.
Expect to see from a very popular game on Roblox. So the final thing is, why is it now so popular in Indonesia, but not popular anywhere else? And well, I've got two words for that: black market. Indonesian black market allow players to basically treat Fish It like their real job. In fact, a lot of people can play Fish It and make money on the black market while doing their real job. Like this kid here who said, my friends play it, my intern supervisor plays it. Heck, I went grocery shopping 5 minutes ago and see a food stall vendor playing it. For them, it's like printing money because all they have to do is just drive out in the middle of the ocean, pull out their fishing rod, and then just go ahead and start clicking the auto clicker. And as they catch fish, sometimes they'll get really good fish. They can then use those really good fish to sell them to other people and make a quick buck. And when you multiply that across different accounts using one computer, you can see how things start to add up quickly for them. They're not playing the game for fun, they're playing it to make a buck. And it's gotten so crazy over there that people are legit advertising selling their computers with how well it allows them to open up and use multiple Roblox instances at once. Bro, I knew inflation was bad.
What the heck?
But this is just a whole new level. That brings us all the way back to the bot question. Sure, this game doesn't have what...
Chat, how do I become Indonesian?
looks like a lot of bots in game, but the players that are playing it still essentially aren't real players because they're only doing it to get the fish so that they can sell it on the black market and actually make some money. And since the bot farming is not really a problem that happens in English-speaking countries, that's why this game doesn't have really the cult following of people playing it. But on top of that, the Roblox community as a whole usually shuns games that are direct ripoffs of other ones. And since Fish had such a massive cult following when it came out, people are gonna automatically hate Fish It and how it was able to overshadow Fish, despite it being a direct ripoff. Which explains why, if we look down at the like percentage, as the game has gotten more popular, it has now started to get mass disliked. Couple that with the fact that there's now a controversy.
Oh, they're protesting the game.
Going on of Fish It devs actually giving Roblox streamers extra luck so that they could get the big ticket items while still charging normal Roblox players Robux to
Wait, that's what they did for me. Oh, shoot. Wait, he's talking about me right now. Oh, shoot. I'm getting canceled.
get the extra luck. And you already have Fish It having a bunch of backlash, so much so that the main developer had to put out a statement talking about all the criticisms and how they're gonna fix it. I think it's also funny that they had to include an Indonesian version of this in the replies. There it is. There's the Indonesian version right there, and having to address the luck modifiers that they're
The developers had to issue a statement because they were giving YouTubers free stuff. I wonder what game that reminds me of. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Still a Brain Rot? No, I've never gotten anything from Still a Brain Rot for free. Besides 3 strawberry elephants, 2 meows, 5 dragon cannellonis. Yeah, that's all.
giving to content creators. Needless to say, this game might be one of the most popular games on Roblox for right now, but in the ever-changing Roblox landscape, new games come up and old ones fall off all the time. And even though Fish It has had steady growth for now, as it continues, it's only gonna start falling. And I, for one, believe this is one of the more deserved downfalls. Because what's gonna happen when all these people that are selling their products that they've gotten on Fish It run out of customers to buy from? Well, they're kind of just left holding the bag. And while it is kind of cool to see how there's other sides of Roblox that a lot of us English speakers don't actually ever see, of games that have become popular overseas in Asia among other countries that won't necessarily be ever popular to the English speakers, I definitely don't think this is one of those games that's going to be around for a long time. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you play Fish It?
Why? I did one time, and then my whole chat got mad at me, and I got beat up by 8-year-olds.
Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And then if you're feeling like it,
Dang, what do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think about that? Everyone go subscribe to Night Fox if you haven't yet. He's awesome. Shout out to Night Fox. That was a good video.